Good day, it's Ken from African Pilot and we're at Aero 2025 and I'm standing here with Justin from Absolute Aviation.
So our main base is here at Lanseria. We do everything from maintenance to parts distribution, charters, and as well as aircraft sales. As previously mentioned, we're the channel partners for Textron Aviation, and we particularly look after on new brands, Pipistrel, Cessna and Beechcraft. And then on the pre-owned side, we take care of anything from a microlight to a 777, including helicopters.
How do planes like the Caravan, the Explorer, the Velis fit into your suite?
We tend to ask the clients what are their requirements. Our client base is everyone. It's quite an interesting industry to be in because we fit into almost every facet of industry, which is quite nice. So we tend to ask the clients, what are you going to use it for? What are your requirements? How far are you going to travel? Then we get an understanding of what they need, and we tend to just give them the facts of what will suit their mission profile. So behind us, we've got the Cessna Caravan, which is by far our most bought aeroplane in our territory. We take care of about 11 countries, everything from the DRC down. It's the Hilux of aviation. It's rugged. If you're selling a seat rate, it's a very good and profitable aeroplane to maintain and operate. It's easy to fly. It's one of the nicest airplanes to fly for a pilot's perspective. Again, saying maintenance is low down, cost is low down, and parts are readily available for the Cessna Caravan. There's so many in production. So the one behind us is the short. It's got the APE STOL kits on also, so that means it's got a useful, uplift of 362 pounds and then a landing of about 500 pounds, so the bigger axles. But for clients wanting to travel into the bush, it's got big 29-inch tyres. It lands almost everywhere, and its takeoff, roll, and performance is extraordinary for what it can take. The other part of Textron, or Textron E-Aviation, they procured Pipistrel about 2 to 3 years ago, which is actually based in Slovenia and Italy. That's where the manufacturing facilities are. So this is the Explorer. It's more aimed at the GA market as well as flight training. It's certified in South Africa, so it's ZS. Got the 912 ULS engine in. It burns about 17 to 18 litres an hour. Very cheap to run compared to older aeroplanes that are in the flight schools at the moment. It's brand new. We also, because we distribute the parts, we're trying to hold parts for the flight schools to have it ready available if a prop strike or something like that occurs. It's got a clutch in it, so usually it doesn't need a shock load. And it takes about a day or two and you're back in the air. So your revenue doesn't stop. It's 2 days, it's not 6 months that you have to send the engine away.
Those turnaround times to keep the aircraft flying.
Correct, yeah, to generate more revenue for the flight schools. And also got a very good gliding characteristic.
Yes, I can see by these wings.
The wings
Nice, long. It's got also a great spoiler there.
Yeah, it's got a speed brake, so it's quite an interesting. That's how well the airplane or airfoil is designed.
You actually have to try and slow it down.
You have to slow it down, otherwise it's very nice. Blocks about 135 knots, which is the speed of a 170 to 182 range, and then obviously it doesn't burn 50 litres an hour. It burns about 18 litres.
Maintenance costs in comparison to your older ships?
Yeah, maintenance costs are much lower compared to the 172s, PIP Cherokees, which are the traditional ones. New product, so we want to get into the market for the flight schools to test it out to see it does work. You can generate a lot of money. It's new technology, so it's all Garmin, glass cockpits, IF, it's spin capable as well.
I'd say it's fixed prop, but it's nice and simple.
It's got a variable constant speed prop, so you can change its settings. It's a lot like the Sling 2, but it's got a variable pitch propeller. Yeah,
that's a great feature, for training.
Very nice. It can do anything from PPL to commercial, which is very, very nice at a more cost-effective way than going on to the bigger complex machines if you are budget strapped.
And talk to me about this Velis Electro.
So the Velis Electro is a fully electric airplane, and it's also certified in South Africa and the EASA. Because it's certified, they've brought down the margins for about 50 minutes of flight time. Doesn't sound like a lot, but you can get about 14 circuits into your training. You don't have oil or fuel or those things to worry about. The batteries are quite heavy, that's why it's got the same useful load as its brother, the Explorer, about 172 kilograms, which is enough for 2 pilots. You've got no fuel, you've got no consumables. It charges, depends on the temperatures as well. So, on colder days, it's going to charge better than on hot days. It's not like a normal battery. You need a 3-phase, but it takes about, depending on temperatures, about 2 hours from 50% to 100%. Because of the battery state of health, the airplane is so clever, it won't allow you to start up if it's below 50% for a safety feature. Depending on your flight setting, you're going to use quite a lot of power to get to 1,000 feet, so circuit altitude. You come right back down and you'll see your battery life starts to increase. So the more economical you fly, so you're actually producing a pilot that's you know, conscious of engine management. And that's the new type of flying that Pipistrel and Textron Aviation are trying to achieve. Yeah, so it's got the standard, you know, almost six-pack, but we've got an EFIS system that controls the state of health of the battery system inside. So what we're focusing this one on is principles of flight, to teach the students, you know, up is up, right's right, ours get bigger, ours get smaller. That's where we're focusing on this aeroplane. So the concept is to buy maybe 3 Explorers and Electro, or vice versa, 3 Electros, 1 Explorer, to balance out the fleet. That's the marketing we're trying to achieve with flight schools.
And talk to me about this final aircraft over here. I see it's 4 seats.
The Ferrari of Pipistrel is the Panthera.
Looks like a fast ship, eh?
Very fast. So this is the non-type certified. You can, if you try and ask the factory nicely, they might be able to produce another non-type certified, but we are more focused on certified Pantheras going forward, with delivery times in 2027 now at this stage. It's got the traditional Lycoming IR540 engine in it that's been derated to 260 horsepower, but it block speed about 190 knots, burning 50 litres an hour. And you've got a nice spacious back cabin for the 2 passengers right at the back. So we've got the standard G3X Garmin panel in it now, with the new ones going to be coming out of the G1000 NXI systems. Fantastic, it's also got the ballistic parachutes in it.
I see that. I was literally just about to point it out. Brilliant feature.
Brilliant feature. Also, you can see that it's got the trailing edge undercarriages, a lot like the PC-12, built for speed.
Built for speed, retractable undercarriage, nice slick wings. This thing
motors, yeah. And it's economical.
Talk to me about all-up weight. Can you put 4 passengers in bags?
4 passengers, so it's got a baggage compartment at the back here.
So just give me the cruise speeds again.
They're blocking it at about 190 knots. They obviously, Slovenia is at sea level, so I would assume, you know, we're at 4,400 feet here. I would do your planning at about 180 knots, just to be safe. And then obviously your fuel burn at about 50 litres an hour. Got the option to either go MOGAS or AVGAS. We've got the G3X 750, 650 setup in this one. The newer ones, you'll be able to get the G1000 NXI.
What a great piece of kit.
Fantastic to fly, owner loves it.